Silence changes people, not all at once, not loudly, but slowly, in ways you don't notice at first. Because silence doesn't announce itself, it just arrives. Usually when you're tired of noise, tired of explaining yourself, tired of reacting. And in the beginning, silence feels uncomfortable, almost empty, like something is missing. Because you're so used to filling every gap with sound, opinions, distractions, conversations that don't really mean anything. And when those things fade, you're left alone with your thoughts. And that's where most people turn back, because being alone with your mind is harder than staying busy. But if you stay, if you don't run from it, something starts to shift. Your thoughts slow down, your breathing becomes deeper without you forcing it, and you begin to hear things you were drowning out before. Not voices, not answers, but truths. Small ones, quiet ones. The kind you only hear when everything else steps away. And at first, those truths can hurt. Because silence removes excuses. It removes the background noise you were hiding behind. It shows you where you've been avoiding effort, where you've been settling, where you've been waiting instead of acting. And that realization can feel heavy, like pressure in your chest. But it's not there to break you. It's there to ground you. Because silence doesn't judge you. It just reflects you back to yourself, exactly as you are. And in that reflection, you start to notice how much energy you've been wasting, how much attention you've been giving to things that don't move your life forward. And slowly, without forcing change, you begin to choose differently. You speak less, not because you have nothing to say, but because you no longer need to say everything. You listen more, not just to others, but to yourself. And that quiet focus begins to sharpen you. Your mind feels clearer, your reactions slower, your decisions more intentional. And people might not notice right away, because real growth is subtle. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't need approval. It happens in the background, in routines no one sees, in choices no one claps for. And that's where silence becomes powerful, because it gives you space to work without being pulled in every direction. It teaches you patience. It teaches you restraint. It teaches you how to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it. And that skill changes everything. Because once you can sit with discomfort, you can sit with effort, with repetition, with the slow process of becoming better. And over time, you start to feel different, steadier. Not because life got easier, but because you became less reactive to it. You stop chasing validation. You stop needing to explain your plans. You stop comparing your quiet progress to someone else's loud success. And there's a calm confidence that grows there. Not the kind that shows off, but the kind that doesn't shake when things go wrong. And silence keeps working on you, even when you're not aware of it. It makes you observant. It makes you disciplined. It makes you comfortable doing the work without being seen. And that's why focused people protect their silence. They know it's where clarity lives, where consistency is built, where identity changes. And one day you realize you don't crave noise the way you used to. You don't need constant stimulation. You don't need to fill every moment. Because you trust yourself more now. You trust your process. And that trust feels like strength, quiet strength. The kind that doesn't rush, doesn't panic, doesn't need to prove anything. And when you return to the world, to conversations, to work, to life, you carry that silence with you, not as emptiness, but as depth, as focus, as control. And people may feel it before they understand it, because silence has a presence. It changes how you move, how you speak, how you decide. And you realize that the time you spent in quiet wasn't time lost.
you, preparing you, refining you. And the growth that came from it is real, earned, and lasting. So if you're in a quiet phase right now, if life feels slower, more silent, more inward, don't rush to escape it. Don't mistake it for stagnation. This is where change is happening. This is where you're becoming someone stronger than before. Not louder, not flashier, just more grounded, more focused, more sure of yourself. And that kind of change doesn't fade. It stays long after the noise is gone.